Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I like that beat.
Yeah,
I
man.
like that beat.
Yeah, man. It'll
I
work
really
for
do.
us.
I like that beat.
Yeah,
It
man.
works. It works.
And we're
It
gonna change
works.
it up a little bit maybe one day.
I don't know. We don't need to.
I know.
We're good.
For right now, we good.
It works. Yeah,
definitely
we'll
works.
roll with that for a good 60 months to a year.
Yeah, 2 year. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the last word. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
So Jeff Branham, he's in the house. He said, "What's up?" Everybody coming in saying, "What's good?" Obviously, we want to kick shots out to people that's in the building.
Yes.
Obviously, you
Yes.
first.
Okay, I appreciate you. Shout out to Miss Charles. How you doing? Thurston, how the third was good with you, the ninja. You know how we do. Jay Lombardi, really appreciate you jumping in as always. Who else we got in there? Alexandra Guerrero. He said, all the people that's in here, let's get them like buttons up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get them boo things in there, of course. Wink is in there. Of course, everybody's kind of slow rolling coming in. So as you come in, if I see you, I'm going to hear you. But if not, I still love you and shout out to you.
Yeah, and then so Mojo, he in the building. He got a different avatar. We got Moving to Change. She said, "You can't hear me? My volume look like it's good. Make sure your stuff is turned up, because my volume is showing good." Anthony Terrell, he in the building. He said, "What's up, you guys?" And then we got Jessica. She said, "Yeast side, you're here for." And then East side, he said, "Can't wait to see Luka choke tomorrow." Come on, East.
Like I said, I don't pay no attention to Harold.
God dog.
You feel me? I don't pay no attention to Harold.
I start reading, man. I start reading without really paying attention. That's my fault. I should have paid attention.
It's all good. Shout out to Malcolm Williams for the $5 holler on the Cash App, baby. Appreciate you.
So somebody come out with a question already, Big James. I'm pretty sure this is one you easily take this one.
What's that?
Asking a question. He said, "Do you think this team can finally make it to the NFC champ game?"
Man, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's what month is this? I'm not trying to be funny, but what month is this?
Oh, it's football
May.
about 95 days.
June.
away.
Yeah, it's June. That is too far away. I'm not saying anything like that. That would be me saying drinking the Kool-Aid. You feel me? Everybody has a chance for the NFC Championship. Let me just say that everybody has a chance. Dallas has a good chance as far as offensively, because they have all the pieces in place. The offense has been together for light years, and this is the third year with Kellen Moore, with Dak Prescott. All those guys are primed and ready, and things that start flowing naturally. You feel what I'm saying, boss? Things that are just naturally flowing. So you don't have to keep on doing things. Then when you throw the ball to CeeDee Lamb or Amari Cooper, you know where he's going to go now because you've been 3 years with him. You feel me, boss?
Yeah.
So I think that aspect of it gives me good hope that they could make a run. But buddy, I'm not smelling or saying drinking anything Kool-Aid. They got a lot to prove, and we got to see.
And I think we can. Yeah, I think, on paper we looking real good, and the more and more
We're always looking real good on paper.
Yeah, but the more and more I'm listening to these press conferences and these OTAs, it's looking better and better and better. And I tell you,
so you are
once we
drinking
get
the Dan Quinn Kool-Aid.
Hell yeah, I'm starting to drink
Now
it,
you're
bro.
drinking it, huh?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you wasn't drinking. Yeah,
No,
are you
I
slowly
wasn't.
coming to the side?
I am, and he giving me reason to. And we can
And
talk
I was
about
telling
it.
you why, though. I
Yeah.
was telling you why, and I told you why.
Yeah, you didn't lie. Yeah, I mean, Dan Quinn showing some stuff. I'm really listening. I'm seeing the moves. And after we talk today and after we dig into it more all this week, I'm pretty sure it's going to be some confidence that I'm going to be able to talk some people into. Because I'm more confident after this whole week and after listening to everything. I'm feeling good. I ain't going to lie to you. I go ahead and say it. I'm drinking it.
I'm not going to still drink
Whoa!
the Kool-Aid, but I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid yet because they still got to play on the field, dog. So, everything sounds good. You can come into a new job and say all the right things and do and whatever, but until you actually put in the work at that job and then actually start seeing the product actually producing, that's just words. You feel me? It's just words right now, but it's very good positive words. And this is what, like I said, I will say that I am definitely pleased by listening to Dan Quinn because of the way he talks, the way he if I was working with him and he was my boss, I would be like, I like working for him.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because every day I feel like I would come into work. I'm gonna just use it in regular life, not football life right now, just mental life, and then we'll talk about the football side of it. But just the mental side of it, if he was my boss, and I would be like, I would like to work with him. I would like to work under him because I feel like, number one, I feel like he's going to show me respect. I feel like he sounds like he's a straight shooter, and I can talk to him and tell him how I feel. I can come to him and not have to worry about, something coming back and coming at me because I spoke up. I feel like we could have one-to-one, and I feel like he's going to be there in the trenches. I don't feel like he's got a guy that's going to be trying to sit in the office all day doing paperwork. He's a guy that's going to come out there on the floor and get in them trenches with you. And when you get a guy like that gets in the trenches with you, it makes you work harder as a person because you feel like there's a standard that needs to be held up. So when you come in every day to work, you feel like I can't slack because my boss is coming in and busting his ass. My boss is in the trenches. So if my boss is there in the trenches, I can't be the guy that's not in the trenches. You feel me? And everybody else is going to look at you like, what's going on with you? You feel me? Because it's infectious. It breeds and makes you want to come to work and be happy. And that's a big thing. You feel me, boss? Besides the football of it, when you're coming in, because I feel like when I listen to the last interview, I've been listening to all his interviews, but just listen to not just the hands-on, how he's really about their lives. I feel like he cares about what they do outside of football. When I listened to him when he drafted, when he talked to the players that were in the draft, he talked a lot of stuff outside of football. That means a lot to players. You know what I'm saying? Football ain't everything to all these guys. And when you can meet them in a different place besides football, it brings out their football side. I listened to Terrell Basham. All he was saying was, man, I love Quinn because he's there. He's right there. He's teaching me things that I didn't know. He's telling me things about myself I did not know. And I just want to listen and soak it up and get better. When you hear that from athletes and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, start believing it, and then you have some talent with it, that's when you might have something special.
Hell yeah, bro. And I say this, man. I'm definitely drinking the Kool-Aid, bro.
I know you are.
Unapologetic now because, see, he's answered my concerns, and we'll get into it because most of my concerns were scheme related, and we'll talk about why I'm now confident. I'm 100% confident that they getting ready to do everything that's smart, everything. First, let's listen to a little bit of this interview. Let's just get right into it, where we go listen to him, then we'll just talk about it. First, let's listen to him. Well, before we do that, I like this comment. That's why I left it up from Buddha. He said, basically, we have 2 head coaches on the staff. That's important to remember. So a lot of leadership. I agree. And one of the things that Dan Quinn talked about, I got a lot more clarity on the consulting coach that they brought in. Ben?
Yeah.
What he's doing that's smart, and I love it, is he is basically there to tell Dan when he's slipping. And I love it. Dan said he never even experienced that before. Mike McCarthy goes to Dan and said, based on what you're doing, this is how I would attack you. He said that's ongoing. Ben is doing that too. So as he's drawing up the scheme on how to attack an offense, he got somebody in the building saying, and this is how I would attack you. Which makes him think in another dimension, and I love it. But I want to just play this interview real quick, and then we'll talk about it real quick. Let me hide that comment real quick. Here we go.
Ken, what have been your impressions of Van Der Esch here so far, and why is the weak side spot a good fit for him in your scheme?
Yeah, I'd say, well, I've been really impressed, not just from the OTA time, but every once in a while you can just see a person that's on a mission. And I think that's what I've seen from Leighton from the time I arrived. To see him, you could just feel the energy and intensity that he was putting into his workouts to change his body, to get strong as he could. Then, from then on, the questions, he was, in the meetings, you could feel the urgency to go.
Yeah. And so that's him talking about Van Der Esch.
Mm-hmm. He should have some sense of urgency.
Right.
He should have some sense of urgency, shouldn't he?
Hell yeah. But it's not just that. It's the fact that they clarified that they moving him to the wheel.
He said it himself. That was his best position when.
Right.
Guess what? Rod Marinelli was here.
And I'm liking the move. I'm liking it. It was smart because that's what they did with Sean Lee to preserve him.
Took him from the mic.
Right. They moved him from the mic, and I'm loving it. That's why I'm being honest, bro. I'm starting to sip it. I really am, bro. Like, I'm starting because it's a smart move. Because now you get a younger player. This also says this, and this is also clear from these OTAs. LVE is going to have very limited reps. Very limited. Because the fact that you playing the wheel, that's the person that got to come off the field when they playing nickel. So just like Sean Lee was always off the field when they was in the nickel, he not going to get as many snaps. But it's going to prolong his career. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's starting to come clearer and clearer and clearer what's going on. They go likely have Parsons as the mic. They go have Jalen as the strong, and they got LV as the wheel. And I love it. I think that's a good adjustment. I think it's smart, and I think it's gonna work.
So where's Keon O'Neal fit?
Keon O'Neal is also the wheel. He came out and said that he's playing the wheel linebacker as well. But he's going to be doing it from a matchup standpoint. So from what they talked about, he'll be playing the wheel versus tight ends that might have a coverage, that he needs to cover tight ends, and he might be a better fit for certain games. And then they going to have him also in dime packages if they come out there with a tight end with 3 receivers. They might match him up on a tight end as well. That's how they said he's going to fit. And I like it. I love all the adjustments because at first it was confusing. But as they was talking and they start really saying this is the plan, super solid. Another thing that's also obvious, extremely obvious, they playing that 4-3, bro. And that's why I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
They're going to do a lot of things, boss. They're not going to just strictly be in that 4-3.
It's going to be their main at the base.
That's going to be the base, yeah, because of the personnel that he has. They didn't switch up the personnel. I mean, they got more linebackers. I feel like they did more linebackers. They got Keon O'Neal. They got Jabril Cox. They got Michael Parsons. And they still have Gifford and Bernard in the fold. So I feel like with that concept, they can morph into different things and run it into a 3-4 if they wanted to, or they might stay in a lot of nickel and dime packages. But I feel like there's flexibility in there, and I think that's why they got more linebackers on this defense. So, but I'm not saying they're going to strictly play a 3-4, but I definitely feel like they're going to play some concepts in there, especially with the linebackers.
I can see them doing it on first down a lot. You know what I mean?
I mean, because you could see it. I mean, if you brought a 3-4 base one time, let's say, and you had your guys that were in there that you liked, right? You could throw a Neal, you could throw a Van Der Esch, you could throw a Parsons, you could throw a Jalen. You can mix and match. Throw a Cox in there. You know what I mean? You got flexibility because now you have more depth and you have young guys that can fly to the ball. I think that was the whole principle of what they wanted to do, just like they had with Marinelli in 2018, right? What was they saying that they loved about him? guys made guys fly to the ball, always going, always hands on. Marinelli was hands on, but he was just a little too old school for him. They were saying they love Rod, but he was a little old dated. And I feel like this is the young Rod to them. This is their young Rod, the guy who's young and energetic and maybe has a little different thought pattern. But at the end of the day, he's still the same as far as when I hear Rod, I hear him, how much, I feel like he's a little more detailed than Rod, because Rod would just be kind of basic when he talks to you. And when I listen to Dan Quinn, I feel like he has a lot of attention to detail. And I think that's the biggest thing that gets excited to me, boss, anything about Dan Quinn is his attention to detail. It seems like when you ask him a question, he has the answer. I like that. I like a guy that when you ask him something, I've already been thinking about that. I'm glad you asked that question because I have this answer for you. Like everybody that was asking a question, he wasn't sitting there like, it was detailed, it was in depth, it was breakdown. And I like that. And I feel like he's like that with all the players. It's not going to be just one guy. I don't know who you are. Dan Quinn seems like the type, I'm going to know everybody on my defense. I'm going to know all your names. I'm going to get to know all of you. So when I holler at you, you're not going to look at me like, oh, I ain't nobody. You're significant in this defense. Because he also said in that interview, boss, I'm messing with guys because guys going to have specific roles in this defense. He was talking about Bohanna. He was talking about Bradley and Nye, and he was talking about how those guys got to get after it because you might just be in one or two plays. But when you're in here, these one or two plays, this is what I want you to do, and this is what you're going to have to be good at. You get what I'm saying? And I like how he's trying to niche out and carve out roles for players, and that's why he's trying to get, familiar with them so I can find out your strength and what you're good at. And when we find out what you're good at, we're going to let you attack that, what you are good at. And I think that's what players like.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's like Quinn. I mean, we always talk about the Rod apology tool, and people get that wrong. And Tyrone Church said, I don't see Jalen starting. I'm going to tell you right now, bro, according to the reports, Jalen is the only linebacker that never leaves the field. So I'm just telling you.
We'll see about that.
I told y'all last week they building around him. They are. And they
don't believe that.
They don't mean like building like he's the center and best player. No.
If anybody they're building around is Michael Parsons.
No, they've been building around Jalen because before they even
for what
Parsons.
For
when
what?
I say building, I'm saying they building to make his job easier. And that's clear. That's why they going back to the 4-3. That's why they doing all the stuff that they've been doing. That's why because Sean Lee
it's going to be built. It's going to, but I'm saying what it's saying is it's going to be built to more his strengths. It's not going to be built around him. It's going to be built more into his strengths, what he's going to be good at, and that's why they got.
He's saying the same thing. So I'm not. So that's. I guess I needed to clarify, but that's what I'm saying. Is they're building to his strengths. They're building to make his job better. And LVE. Like, see, this is a Rod Marinelli apology tool, but I would even say it's Rod Marinelli apology tool 2.0, meaning they made it better. Because what they did on
That's what I mean. We got the young Rod.
Right. This is a better this is better what they've done in an interior. What they've done in an interior, especially knowing that mostly it's going to be a 4-3. And he let the – okay, I'm going to play it, and then we'll talk about it real quick. Hold on. All right, here we go. Let's play this one.
What changes for you in this scheme with Dan Quinn? Last year and what you were doing, you think?
No, I'm going back to pretty much my old role the first 2 years, which I think is what it should have been.
Last year and what you were doing, you think?
No, I'm going back to pretty much my old role the first 2 years, which I think is what it should have been.
Last year and what you were doing, you think?
No, I'm going back to pretty much my old role the first 2 years, which I think is what it should have been last year, but I think it's just going to be a lot more familiar to what we were used to running. Just running, hitting, making plays, and having fun.
Yep. Same thing Sean Lee said on the Colin Cowherd show. He said they going back.
To Rod Marinelli.
Yep, they going back. And when
They're
it was
just getting a younger
simplified.
Rod.
Yep, it's a younger rod. Yep.
Y'all just got a younger Rod. I
Yep.
mean, this is like I
With
said.
better weapons.
The only reason why they were getting rid of Rod because the contract had expired.
Yeah.
If there was probably another year on that contract, Rod, they wouldn't have got rid of Rod because there was no reason to get rid of him when you look at the numbers, what they were producing. Now, when you saw Mike Nolan, you say, yes, get rid of him. This was one of the worst defenses in franchise history. Yes, get rid of him. No matter if it was COVID or not, you got to go. You get what I mean? But Rod Marinelli came in and he had a respectable defense all his tenure. That's
Right.
the truth.
That's the
He
truth.
had a respectable defense the whole time his tenure. That's the truth.
Right.
So that's why they renewed his deal the first time, and that's why they didn't just say, well, we're just going to fire you. Just let your deal run out and we don't renew it because we have that much respect for you. But guess what? Since we don't have you, we're going to find somebody else that's like you.
Right. Yes.
You feel me? I mean,
Yes.
how is it not? We're going to find somebody that's like
what it
you.
is. We got
Because guess what? What was Rod notorious for? Guys running after the football. What are they saying about Dan Quinn? We love him. He's got guys running after the football. Rod is hands-on. He's hands-on. He's in there. Even his old ass was hands-on. They loved it. He was always in there teaching and being in there with the guys. This was what Dan Quinn is, just a younger version.
Exactly, man. And this is why I'm officially drinking the Kool-Aid of defense. Meaning
We still got to see it on the
We
field.
gonna be way
though.
better than last year. I would say that. We're
Yeah,
be
definitely
way
going to be
than-
better. They're going to be.
And I'm
This
saying
defense is going to be way
better.
better.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it's going to be way better because it's like I said. You know, I heard some people trying to blame the COVID. I get it. COVID did have an effect, but you know, and I seen some people. You know, when I made a post, I ain't gonna lie, I made a post and I said, you know, Dan Quinn, I think he's more hands on, and this is what I really like about him. And you know, somebody showed some pictures with Mike Nolan being hands on with the players. And you know what, boss? It's a difference. I don't care what
It
you tell
is.
me. There's a difference. You can show me the pictures with Mike Nolan out there being hands on out there with the players. It's a difference. And we all know it's a difference. And if you played any kind of the game, it's a difference. And you know it. The personality rubs off of you. The players will feel your personality. The players will rub off of it. Everything I heard from last year wasn't just it wasn't the hands on. It was like we wasn't having fun. We don't like you.
Right.
I mean, that's what I was hearing. We don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
And there was that distance. There was that disconnect.
It was.
And when you do have a disconnect from the defensive coordinator to the defense, you think the defense is going to function correctly?
Hell no.
And just like you said, I mean, there was turnover. We understand that. They did get new draft picks. We understand that. But this defense is going to be better. Not saying it's going to be a top 5, but it is going to be definitely better from last year, just for the simple fact that the player is going to like the damn coach.
Say, man. See, y'all better listen.
Scheme last year wasn't
Listen.
hard. It was just so much different, and we didn't get a practice, and we didn't get those reps. And I mean, I think there's a lot of other things I could say about it, but
All right,
it's
there
in
it
the past to
is.
me. So
You get what I'm saying?
I'm
son?
good.
That's why I played it.
I mean, he's saying I could say a lot of things about
I could
this
kill
right now.
Nolan.
I could go in, but it's over with. He ain't here. I'm here. He ain't here. What's the point of talking about him? He's not here any longer. And just
Right.
like when they were talking about, they were asking Dan Quinn, like, you know, what do you think is going to improve from the, you know, last year? And, you know, he was like, I don't know. I can't talk about last year. I wasn't here. I can only talk about what's going on now, what we doing now. And this from these 6 OTAs. That's what I'm talking about. And I appreciate them dudes. Like, don't talk about Mike Nolan. Ain't no reason to talk about him. He gone. We understand what it was. That's if you keep talking about that past, you're never letting that past go, right? If you keep bringing up that past, you never move on from that past. To let go of that past is where you don't even deal with it. Okay, yeah, we remember what happened last year, but we're not talking about that anymore. It's a new day. We have a new guy. We're feeling this, and we're trying to move and be great. And that's what I want to see from right now, what these guys are doing. And I think the excitement for me, boss, is the way Dan Quinn is so hands-on and into it with the team, it's going to be really exciting when I get to training camp to watch these are going to be spirited practices. That's what I want. I want spirited practices. I want this defense coming at the neck. It was getting kind of leisure with Garrett. I was at the last few training camps. It was leisure-ish. It was coolish. You know what I'm saying? It was we're good. You know what I mean? I think Dan Quinn is going to bring some fire in here because he's got stuff to prove. He's got something to prove. He's not coming in here, boss, like he won 20 games in a row or he's 10-5 coming from the Super Bowl and he was won 2 playoffs. He got fired. They were 0-5. He got fired. So he has a lot to prove too. And as I said before, when they talk about the Legion of Boom, they bring up Gus Bradley too. So he's got a lot to prove too. And this is a perfect place for him to be able to prove it. They're trying to give you the keys. You got a good draft from what we see from outside. You got a good draft picks from last year. You got a young nucleus pretty much. So now make it work. If you can come make it work, you can definitely redeem yourself and get your name back out there as the guy.
Now check this. I ain't even talking. Every time you talk, I'm going to just play sound bites to show you dead right. Listen to this one.
I mean, I think it speaks volumes already. I think just with everybody and how all the guys are handling it, you can tell there's a different energy. There's a different camaraderie, I think, that we're already carrying. I mean, our whole defense is like we're totally restructured as far as a lot of new players, new faces, and so I think we've already built that foundation of those relationships that we're going to need. That hey, we're all brothers, and we already got such a quick jump on things this offseason. So,
yep.
I mean,
everything you saying is exactly what's happening. It's a different energy. And that's one thing, obviously, we can't see the practices. The only thing we can do is hear the reports. But it's no way you've been paying attention and not peeping the game. If you paying attention, you see real quick that everybody is saying the same thing. It's almost like the World Trade Towers. Everybody talked about, I heard an explosion. When you get multiple witnesses from different angles all saying the same thing, likely it was an explosion. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things to where you keep seeing and hearing and hearing and hearing from multiple sources, and genuinely that we got a different energy. We got a different spirit that's in the building from the young guys, also from Quinn. I'm just being honest. So listen, ain't no way Boss Cowboy go ever drink Kool-Aid and don't measure. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna measure. So if I'm telling you I'm buying it now, I'm buying it. And it's more so because I know that they going back to that 4-3. And I like everything else. And I do. I like it. Because when I look at, they also said something that confirmed something that I always knew. Me and you said last week, Big. We said Gallimore is better as a 3 tech, but he can play the 1. You know what Quinn called him? 3.
I mean, and you know, but I want to say something right quick because he had mentioned a couple players on there that he was talking about when they were talking about players. He said, you know, who he was kind of impressed with. Mm-hmm. He was talking about Ogadizua, how he was impressed with him, and he was mentioning Golston. Now, I told you I was on record saying, you know what, I wonder where Golston's going to fit, this and that. But when I kept on hearing Dan Quinn talking about Golston, I kept on hearing him say, I like him inside pass rushing. We were talking about, the outside pass rushing, I felt like he was going to be challenged. But slide him inside, because he's 270, but I think he got a little bit bigger, but he's strong. You feel what I'm saying? But he can slide down that middle. But that inside is where he's good at. And you could see him sliding in on a third down. You can bring a Ghostin in. That's where you can slide him in on the inside. So that's where it's going to kind of prove him. What I was saying was, I don't think he's ready for that outside work. I know he's good in the run game, But I think Quinn is really looking at sliding him inside on, especially on these like pass rushing downs where he can really split that gap and really use his effective quickness that way.
Yep. And Wendell asks, ghosting at DT? Yes. That's actually what Quinn said, bro. He said it today. He talked about it in the first 2 minutes of his press conference. If y'all want to go check it out, go check out his press conference. They asked him, what's the difference in what you see? The first thing he talked about was speed of the perimeter. So he was talking about the corners, the free, the strong, and the other corners, and he included the linebackers. Then he added on top of that what Big Game James is talking about with Ghosted and Osa. And he started talking about that we are liking what we're seeing out of them guys bringing pass pressure. And we think we're going to be able to do that, meaning Big James is right. They not going to have Ghosted playing no end. They playing with him at the 3. And I'm going to tell you like this, the 3 tech right now, whoo!
Yeah, it's going to be
so
a lot of
rich.
It's going to be a lot of competition with that.
Ooh,
It's going to be a lot of competition at that 3 because and nobody's even and Tristan Hill's been out with that knee injury. Nobody's even been talking about him, but I've been hearing about Gallimore, I've been hearing about Osa, and I've been hearing about Ghosting. But I ain't been hearing about Tristan Hill. I ain't trying to throw something in the air, but daggone it.
He's still working out with the trainers. But but look how deep that 3 tech is. Man, that
I know,
nice.
and it's versatile. I mean, but you know what? And I mean, look at and then you got Brent Urban. Here's the thing that the guys that they got at the 1. Brent Urban is saying, I'm taking pride in the double teams.
Yes.
I hear Bo Hanna saying, I take pride in the double teams and keeping my guys free.
Right.
That's the type of guys they want. If I want to say it in a nutshell, the type of guys that they brought in will say, I'll play anywhere and do whatever you want. That's the type of guys I hear that they drafted. That's the type of guys they brought in from free agency. And maybe that's the type of guys they needed to bring in to help these guys that are already there that maybe been like, not smelling themselves, but maybe got too comfortable. And now you got a lot of guys coming in here that want jobs and want playing time. So that's going to light a fire on the returning guys. You already seen it. You already see Jalen and Vander, as she said, he's playing out his mind, of course, because you got competition now. Before Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith, who was their competition at linebacker who would take your spot or even threaten you? Nobody. Right. Nobody was ever threatening them, or in the secondary, nobody was threatening their spots. So that you get comfortable, boss. Let's not act like that don't happen.
It happens.
Let's not act like that don't happen when you ain't got nobody behind you. You get comfortable,
right?
And you get complacent.
Yep.
Now you're not going to get complacent now because you got Michael Parsons there and talking about him starting at the mic. Now you got a Jabril Cox. Now you got a Keanu O'Neal. Now you got guys that were drafted rookies. You got the Nashawn Rice. You got the Kelvin Joseph. Now Anthony Brown. You guys. Now you got guys that are here to be the guys. You feel me? And you're gonna have to work, or playing time may be decreased.
Straight up. And man, I tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what will put us all the way over the top, and I would get on y'all nerves. You would instantly get mad at me, Big. You know what would put me over the top?
Why?
Geno Atkins. That would.
Dog, how am I gonna get mad? Because first of all, I threw it out there.
You didn't let me finish though.
Yeah. Okay,
I've said over the top. Like I will start saying we going to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, you really drinking Kool-Aid. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if they were to happen to get Geno Atkins, dog,
Geno Atkins.
Sorry about that.
I would be like,
if they got Geno Atkins, because I've been on the Geno. Because first of all, boss, you gotta know I live out here in Ohio.
Talk. Hold on.
So I've been seeing Geno Atkins from A1 day one. So I get to see these guys more than the normal because I don't get to see Cowboys games like all the time because blackouts. I have to go different places to get on my app. But I've always been a Geno Atkins fan. And when he got hurt, and you remember when they were talking about what's your boy Gerald McCoy? You remember when they were talking about Gerald McCoy?
Yes.
And they brought up him, and they were like, would you want to bring Gerald McCoy back? And I was like, hell no. But they was like, Geno Atkins, why would you do that? He injured too. He different.
Right.
You know why he different?
Right.
You know why he different?
Right.
Because they brought in Gerald McCoy knowing that he had a pre-existing injury. So they already had covered themselves. So they had already knew that he was damaged goods when he came in. Then he got hurt. And so then it was like almost like if you knew he was hurt, then he came in and he got hurt. Why would you want to bring him back? You feel me, boss? That don't make no sense. You feel me?
Yes.
But you ain't never had no Geno Atkins, nothing.
Bro.
You ain't had no Geno Atkins, nothing. If he goes to your doctor and he checks out, you be a fool not to sign him.
Say, man.
You be a fool because if you get Geno Atkins on the team, I don't care, he's 32, but he's different. I'm telling you, dog. I still think he got another year and a half, 2 years, especially those guys get energized when they're playing on a team that they feel like I might be able to go somewhere. Where did he ever think he was going in Cincinnati except maybe the early years?
Yes.
They weren't winning.
Right.
Now he might get re-energized and say, and I'm with Dan Quinn and I'm with these guys right here. Guess what? He might play out of his mind. That happens, boss, and we know that.
Amen. And that's the last piece that would take our seven.
That would make me feel good.
I would be like,
that. You got Geno Atkins. I got a Grinch
Geno
smile.
Atkins. I got a Grinch smile because that's exactly what we need. That one tech, bro.
That doggish one tech.
We need that doggish because it would just.
That's reputable.
Yes, bro. Yes, and exactly what Wendell said. Atkins with limited snaps. Yes.
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 Because
you don't have to play him all the time.
We would have crazy rotation, bro.
Rotation would be sick.
Ooh, we would.
Now, see, now you would have me, like I said, if we got Geno Atkins, I would feel better. And like I said, limited snaps, and he don't got to play all them snaps because you still now Brent Irvin becomes more effective. Now your Bohanna becomes more effective. And let's also think, I think Geno Atkins, just from afar, is a leader. And I think he brings instant leadership to the room as well as on the defensive line, as well as the playing ability. He's respected in the NFL, what he's done. So he's definitely going to get some respect. And it's not like he has fallen off so far off the map that nobody's going to look at Geno Atkins like, oh, you garbage. Ain't nobody listening to you. They're not going to do that with him.
Yeah. I doubt Stephen Jones do it.
It depends what that money's talking, because guess what?
That's it. That's what it is.
I doubt it too.
It's money.
But you know what, though? Here's the only thing I don't want to get excited about, because we know Stephen Jones, and the only way there had to be some side talk, because if anybody comes over there and is a decent contender and offers more money, why would you go to Dallas?
Right. But the timing could be.
I don't know.
It could be this kind of like Evans and Griffin. He came in late. Because right now, all the teams are close to the same. Most of them hurt because of COVID and what it did to their money, right? So it's very few teams that even have cash right now, right? That's one. Two, all these teams have already went through free agency and the draft. So most teams feeling like we go with our guys. Which if you somebody like Geno, you might be like, I might need to come in on one of those 1 year team friendly deals. You know what I mean? Try to kind of do
to prove yourself and maybe get another deal for yourself later on. Maybe you get another 2 year deal and ride out in the sunset.
Right. That could make it fit. That could put it out where the timing plus the way that we're built. Nobody can say that we don't look beautiful on paper. We do. And you will be coming in knowing that I'm the missing piece to the Dallas Cowboys. They was ranked 31st without me. If I can make them close to top 10 and run stoppage, I'm going to get another check. And I might bet on myself. I just pray to God that all the stars align, because that would put us, I ain't going to lie, close to over the top.
I don't know about over top, but it definitely have us banging.
Yeah.
I feel real good if you got a Geno. I would feel real good about Geno Atkins, especially if he checks out good and his medical clears. I think he will be revitalized, especially playing with Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn will revitalize him. I think he's the type of coach that would do that. But you know what? I got a subject I want to talk about right quick, boss.
Let's go.
It's been on my mind, and it's Kelvin Joseph. All right, so remember we had that roundtable talk?
Oh, yeah.
And even when we had that roundtable talk,
Yeah.
and you was like, he just kind of worries me. And I was like, I've been feeling that too. Now I'm not putting. I hope I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
But here's my thing with this Kelvin Joseph thing. From day one, the talent is undeniable. You feel me? The talent is undeniable. But I have worried a little bit about the off field. You don't get red flags for no reason. You feel me? Like, people act like red flags don't exist. Like, if a player gets red flags, you have to look at those. You can't ignore them. Okay? So, I think he wasn't at practice, and it wasn't no big deal to me. All I was saying was, this Nation Wright kid is hungry. You feel me? So make sure, Joseph, you be on your stuff. This is what I had said. I felt like Nation Wright is one of those guys that he's a studier. He wants to get better. He's going to be in the lab. He's going to be in that playbook. He's going to go hard, whatever. I'm not saying boss man, Kelvin Joseph wouldn't do that. But this feels like, from me, from the outside in, just seems like he may want to rely on his ability, that God-given ability, a little bit, maybe too much. Maybe not might be the prep. I don't know. But that's not hating on the kid. You feel me? Like, that's not hating on the kid and saying, oh, he's okay, he's doing all right. I'm not hating on this kid, but you got to look at things. And this is another thing I looked at. I think the Cowboys are looking at it too, because he just did a commercial, right? And it was with Dak Prescott and Michael Gallup and Kelvin Joseph. And I'm thinking, I wonder if the Cowboys are putting them around Dak and them and saying, you stay around these guys.
Yeah.
You stay around these guys. We want you to be great, but because think about it, dog. You doing that was like an Odd Couple commercial, like, because Michael Gallup he's a good guy to me, and I feel like Michael Gallup's going to lead you the right way. And Dak Prescott, we already know what he's going to do, and I just feel like they're taking care of that, making sure that there is no bumps in the road with that, because those red flags did go on, and I feel like they want to make sure they protect that investment and keep them right. And that's the only thing I said is I just a little worry about the off field sometimes. I do. I feel like it is real. It's no hate on the player. It's not dogging the player. It's just what I feel. It's just make sure you stay on that. Don't let nothing slip and take you away from that field, because it can happen. And those things happen before. And we talked about the Dallas nightlife is different. You can get caught up real easy. Just make sure you stay on it, because the thing is going to want to try to take you down. You feel me?
No, man, that's and I've heard some of the same things people put in the chat, that it was COVID, right? That he had COVID symptoms and stuff like that. But a lot of people was wondering, and it's nothing wrong with having it like concern in the back of your mind, especially knowing that he came over to the Dallas Cowboys with some particular red flags, like an altercation with his coach, leaving the LSU, definitely coming over with the rap background. Like, it's nothing wrong with rap music at all. It's just that knowing how our fans are, if you playing average with rap, they gonna hate you and they gonna try to run you out of here, So it's things that we all should be kind of keeping our eyes open. And that's why I said when we had that panel, it was 5 of us, that he need friends. He need people that's going to be real honest with him, because you can't sneeze wrong in Dallas. You can get away with murder in Cincinnati. It was on camera where Landry slapped his baby mama. Nothing happened. Nothing. They moved on from it. No big deal. He slapped her. You could see it. Now, if that would have been a Dallas Cowboy player, 6 games. 6 games. They would. So it's one of those things to where, it's when you see his name, it's almost like when your kid is a little bit got a temper. When they at the house and the phone ring, you get nervous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's people want to take it wrong. I'm not.
Nah.
No, it's just like these are real things. This is real life. I ain't living in no fake ass life. We're not,
Right.
excuse my language, not living in no fake life. These are real things and real situations. And so I'm just saying, let's just make sure you know what I'm saying, you stay on it. You know what I mean? Because he does have talent. And if him and Nashawn Wright can really do what the talent says, it'll make this defense great. It'll make this defense so much better. But just got to make sure everything is being prepared on and off the field at all times. You feel me? Because you could be doing good, and next thing you know, something can happen, and then boom, we've seen it time and time again, right, boss? So I'm just saying, make sure we just stay on it, stay focused, keep on good friends around you, positive influences around you, so you can stay focused on being great with Dallas, because he has the talent to do it. I just want to see him be great.
I'm so happy that marijuana is a thing of the past.
Man, because that would be a big problem right now.
Look how different the world is treating Randy Gregory all of a sudden.
Right.
Look how everybody.
I'm glad you brought him up. You're right.
Yeah, like everybody's so cool with him now.
Right.
And he the same old purple black lip Randy Gregory.
Right. He the same person.
Except this time it's no punitive damages. You can smoke.
He's living.
You can live it. And now guess what? People just care about football. Thank God. Like, listen to this. Check this out.
And what are your impressions of Randy Gregory now that you've had a chance to work with him here a little bit, and what do you envision him being able to do for you defensively in this season?
For sure, I tell you, I was so impressed by him. I've had my eye on Randy for a long time. In fact, I went out to Lincoln, during the draft process, and had a chance to work him out at school, and we bonded that time to go. And I thought, man, I just so badly wanted to coach him because I saw all the traits, all the speed, and he's got this unique ability to go full speed, and he can bend on the edge. He's got such flexibility to bend.
That damn bend.
When I had the chance to get here,
I've been
he
screaming.
was one of the first people I wanted to get into contact with, and we hit it off immediately because we had a relationship from when I went out to Nebraska to see him. During that time, what I've seen from him is really, the physicality. Like, he just looks so much different. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger than he's ever been, and that really translated onto the field. And so I'm very much looking forward to seeing he and D-Law and how that works.
That damn Ben. What he say? What he say? What we say? Well, I say that damn Ben.
Yep.
What's the first thing Quinn was talking about? He said
bend.
that damn bend.
Yes. And then
that bend. Everybody says that bend.
Bro, then he said he need to play. He said he's bigger, faster,
stronger, more alert. Because guess what? He had a full off season.
This is first time he had a full off
season with no worries.
No training outside the facility. You were with the guys.
You're with the team the whole time. And everybody's loved Randy Gregory as far as the person. Everybody's loved Randy Gregory, the person. People from the outside who just been hating on the marijuana, who, to me, that's just your choice. That's just your preference. If you want to hate on it, okay, that's cool. That's whatever. But they shouldn't have been hating on Randy Gregory and being evil like they were to him just because he smoked weed. You get what I'm saying, boss?
Yes,
like, that
bro.
was just really, it was really unnecessary how people were treating Randy Gregory because he smoked weed.
Yeah.
That was just sad to me, because probably them same damn people that was getting on him was smoking a blunt 2 minutes later. We know how that goes.
Yeah, it's very hypocritical.
We know how hypocritical it is, but hey.
It's amazing though. Like, now it's no issue. And I don't even want to get into the history of how I just said it was more so the program that was the problem. It wasn't even weed. Once you got into that program,
yeah, it was a wrap, because they was testing you all the time.
Yeah, and then and it was almost worse than jail. You had to report. Every time you left the house, you had to let the NFL know. Crazy stuff like that. And then you would get a positive for missing a meeting. Like, one of his so-called positives
was a missed meeting.
Was a missed meeting. But he took a urine test that same day that they could have took from the same facility. No, they didn't do that. They just said, we go say that you failed. So the whole world figured he relapsed, and he didn't even relapse. He just missed the meeting.
Right, and you know they're gonna put it out there to make him look bad because it's the Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys.
So they're gonna make it look even worse than it is when the other teams will just. They probably wouldn't even be reporting this. You probably would never even heard it if he was with the daggone Detroit Lions or the daggone, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
Jacksonville Jaguars. You probably wouldn't even heard none of this, but because he's with the Cowboys. Oh, Randy Gregory has another missed test. That'll be his 5th missed test. He's gonna get suspended. This is 5th suspension. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and it's like. And when you're hearing that in the news, think about nobody ever thinks about the player, right? We get what goes on outside it, but nobody ever thinks about the player, how the player's got to look at that and hear that and read that all the damn time about how bad they are, how bad of this and how bad of that. And you got to hear that, and you were going through your own issues mentally. People don't understand how it is. So I'm going to give Randy Gregory props, boss, for still persevering, because how many players have given up?
Oh, man.
How many players have quit the NFL?
Countless.
How many players have just said, I'm done? How many players have fell off and just said, I'm good? Did Randy do that? So I got to give him props for fighting through it. Got to give props for Jerry Jones and the Jones family for seeing him through this.
Yes,
so
man.
This is a good story all the way around, because guess what? If Randy comes in and is successful on this field like we think he's going to be, isn't that a success story? And that's what we want. We don't want to see Randy Gregory, just like I said with Boss Man Fat. We don't want anybody who had red flags. We don't, because Randy Gregory had red flags, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he did. Though he had those red flags with the marijuana, and Dallas still drafted him, but they didn't know coming into the league he had red flags. You feel me? And them red flags showed.
They did.
They said he had a marijuana issue because he failed a drug test at the combine.
Right.
So he already had red flags with that, but they just didn't know what was really going on. But he had red flags, and they showed themselves. But at the end of the day, they stayed with him. He is being a success story now, and that's all I'm saying for any other player. Like what Boss Man has some red flags. I'm hoping that everything works out, continue to put him around good people so it can continue to be a success story, because there were flags, and we cannot lie like they weren't. I'm not hating on this player, but I want us to keep maintain we remember those things and never lose sight of it, and always stay focused, boss. That's all.
Yeah, stay focused. Yeah,
stay focused.
But I think Boss Man got a better chance of being okay.
I do too,
because the marijuana is a thing of the past.
Yes, that's what I mean.
So Boss Man don't come across like the type that's go pull a Johnny.
He seemed real cool. Yeah, Boss Man seemed real cool, chill, laid back. That's what he seemed like to me. He seemed like he just real cool.
Smoke. That's his.
Yeah, he just seemed real cool.
Like, but in terms of fighting and all that, I don't.
Yeah, he don't seem like he wild out like that.
I don't get that from him. I don't get that loose in the head type guy.
No, I don't get that.
Back
I feel like
day,
I will say this now for real from afar, I feel like when they say he got into it with some coaches, I could see that. Just me. I feel like he'd be like, man, what's up? I mean, like, for real, like, I feel like he gonna speak his mind. You feel me, boss? I feel like he will speak his mind, and that's not a bad thing. I think he's gonna challenge you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing, because you want the greats to be like that. I feel like he will challenge you.
Well, I put it like this. If you play good enough, you'll get away with it. Because everybody know the infamous story of Charles Haley throwing a helmet at Jerry's. And if Jerry didn't duck, he put a 1 foot hole in the wall.
Well, not just him, freaking Ratliff.
Right.
He was ready to scrap with Jerry Jones.
Right. So, and somebody asked a real good question. Let me see who this is. He said, do you think the Cowboys go overboard with discipline issues? The answer to that is no.
You said what?
No.
We go underboard.
Yes.
Dallas go underboard with
Yes.
Did you remember the whole defensive line for like 3 years in a row getting suspended?
Yeah.
Those were under rules.
Yeah,
Dallas is super slacker.
Yeah, Dallas is. You want to play for Dallas if you got some discipline issues. You do. I mean, Dallas will get your back, man. Dallas get your back.
But
better
you know
than
what?
Almost any team.
They'll ride for you though.
They will.
Dallas ain't, because Jerry's like that.
Yes.
Jerry's like that. He will. Jerry, especially if Jerry likes you, you good.
Yeah.
Jerry gonna fight for your ass.
Yeah. And
He will fight for you tooth and nail. If he likes you, Jerry gonna fight for you. Them is facts.
And then I think Jerry runs
Look
his
at Zeke.
business. He don't run it like a hypocrite. Like you said, them same people that just got through smoking a blunt was the same people that was pointing their finger at Randy Gregory.
Right.
Jerry don't run his team like he's sinless.
No, he don't. He know he kicks it, but
Yeah.
that's why we all love Jerry, because he shows his human side.
He does. And see, the biggest thing that I always gave him props for was how he handled Brent. When Brent accidentally killed his friend in a drunken drive.
Yes.
And the whole media was just wanted his head
Killing
to
him
roll.
was
They just
and he had him on the staff.
and he
Gave him a job.
And he was like a practice squad player. He was somebody that you easily could have been like, just because your name is messing up, we could cut you. No, Jerry not only did not cut him, he made sure that he was on the sideline and went to the sideline with him.
Yeah, he was taking care of. He took care of Josh Brent. He really did. Yeah. He took care of Josh
or
Brent.
2 years ago when he had that nervous breakdown, the same guy who was on staff. They had him on camera, and everybody was saying, was he on drugs? Was it this? Was it? Guess what, Jerry? They was patient. They let all the facts come out. Found out it was just a mental breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
He's still on staff. Shoot.
I mean, we had Alonzo Spellman. They had another cat that was from Michigan State, had a mental breakdown. Dallas done had all kind of Pac-Man Jones, Tank Johnson. I mean, Dallas is notorious, but that's what Jerry does. Like, I don't think Steven's like that. But I will say this, and I know it may sound weird, but it's just me. I don't be on the signs like just on every day. But the background, Jerry's a Libra like me. He is a Libra like me, and so I understand him more. I do, because I understand when you see why he acts that way. I know how I am. I'm a rider. I love, like, if I was an owner, I would be loving to my players. Like, I would always want to make sure my players are good. Current players, former players. Like, if I had a player that I knew was having some trouble, was out, I would take care of that player. I would help him. Mm-hmm. That's what Jerry does, and now I understand how he is, because he's a very giving and loving person. Like, that's the truth.
They just did it with Ball. With Ball, the tackle. 11 incidents of domestic violence on one lady. That should tell you enough. And Dallas took him and was like, we did our research. We felt satisfied with the answer. We taking him.
One of my kids who plays for Tiffin, he went to junior college with him before, because I think he was at Florida State first. Then he had to go to junior college. Then he went to Marshall. My friend, he's a linebacker at Tiffin, because he graduated from Eastern Michigan. He said he was at junior college with them. He said, and I ain't taking up for him or nothing like that. I'm just saying, he said he was, he didn't get into trouble. He was a laid back guy. I don't know the rest of it, but just to say what I mean, heck, we remember what the Greg Hardy incident. Dallas took Greg Hardy.
Yeah,
and we know he did that.
Yeah,
there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. We know
Patriots
he do
that. Equals championship. Nah, they do it too.
That's a damn lie.
The Patriots
take all kind of effed up players
all the time.
They take all kind of effed up. Do you remember who they took? Josh Gordon.
Yes. They
Seriously?
took a receiver who fell asleep at the wheel. They picked him up the next day.
The next day, after he had just got in trouble again, they took him.
Yep.
Known issues. Corey Dillon got kicked off his team. No, they definitely take trouble players. Because if there's a trouble player with talent, the Patriots are definitely on it.
Yeah.
Wasn't they saying Randy Moss was having problems in Raiders? He's done. He's had issues. Yep. Guess who took him?
Yep. Hernandez. You think Hernandez issues started in the league? No.
And for y'all to think that most of these NFL organizations don't take trouble players, lies.
Oh yeah.
You got talent, they gonna say we can work with him.
Yep, is he moving the chains with the fact?
They gonna say we can make it work. They
Yeah.
didn't, but we'll put a better support system around him. Yeah, they're definitely gonna do that.
Moving the chains. She said, watch the Aaron Hernandez documentary. They took him knowing he was unbalanced and had a potential for violence. They sure did. So, yeah, I mean, your best teams do it. I'm glad we do it.
I mean, honestly, some of the best players, let's keep it real, crazy.
Yeah. Me and moving the chains. Speaking of moving the chains,
true.
we talked about that with Parsons. I just said, that's why I
Right,
said
Patrick
I gotta
Chung.
take him, bruh. I gotta take him, period. Like, not over one incident, bro. Like, nah, I gotta, nah.
Hey, Randy Gregory gonna turn up though. I'm
Yeah,
excited
he
to
is.
see what he's gonna do because
he
you
gonna
know
turn
what
up, bro.
you know what I saw about Randy Gregory that we already knew about the athletic ability. We knew about that damn bend. We knew about all that. But what I was getting excited for last year was I was seeing Randy Gregory with moves because he was always relying on that quick first step, that athletic ability, that bend. You just couldn't. It's hard to guard. But now I was seeing pass rush moves. I was seeing him really, and he was never, even when he was coming out of college, he was wiry, but he was always strong. Even for his size, he was always strong, and he could still hold down that run. So I was seeing him playing very good in the run game. His pass rushing moves were getting better, and now you have a full off season, and now you're basically penciled in as the guy who's starting at this side of the field. Turn up time for Randy Gregory, dog.
You sound like me now, bro. Sound like you
Turn up
taking
time.
a sip.
Now, what you mean? I'm always taking a sip of Randy Gregory.
I'm just saying.
I've been taking a sip of Randy Gregory since 2015.
But I'm trying to tell you, bro, ain't no way you can pump up Randy Gregory on the other side of take and not be feeling me when I say this defense gonna turn up.
I
see
mean,
it
we'll
coming.
see.
Ah,
We'll see.
come on now.
I'm not doing that, dog. No.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. You
Not
just
doing it,
talk-
dog.
You just
I
talked
just
about
said,
the
yeah.
turn up.
Randy
about
Gregory
the
is
turn
going to
up,
turn
bro.
up. He is. But that don't mean everybody else is turning up.
Man, come on.
That don't
man.
mean who's the starting corner opposite of Diggs. Who is he turning up? Is Anthony Brown turning up?
Now, see, I can't even believe we still talking about Anthony Brown. I really can't even believe that.
We are.
I can't even believe that. Like, I can't. I'm see. That's the. You right. Thank you. See, I drunk the juice too early. Thank you. That brought me back down.
What?
Back down. I'm back down.
What happened?
I'm
What
back
happened?
to earth. You
What
just
happened?
named one player that just exposed our dysfunction. You just named one player. The fact that Anthony Brown's still in the starting lineup.
Yeah, you feel me? And then he could. And they're talking about
Right.
once again at training camp. He's doing OTAs. He's doing good. He might be the. If Joseph isn't ready, who's going to be the starter?
Yeah, I was sipping. Yeah, I feel you on that, brother. Until they handle Anthony Brown and officially cut him, yeah.
I don't know how he does. I told you he's the
I don't
Orlando
know.
Scandrick, and I know Scandrick was better, but it feels like Orlando Scandrick got 3 contracts and he was okay. And I feel like he was getting more of just the scrappiness more than the playing ability. They like his edginess. I don't know. Anthony Brown might be the 3 contract guy. He just keeps getting contracts, and you're like, how?
Yeah. You talk me off the Kool-Aid. I came in though, man. I came in fresh off them press conferences. I was seeing,
And they still talking about putting Jordan Lewis in the slot, man. Jordan Lewis ain't no slot corner, dog. He's not gonna do good there.
So where you put him?
He's an outside corner to me still. If you was going to start, if you said Kelvin Joseph wasn't ready or the rookies wasn't ready, I'm starting Jordan Lewis over freaking Anthony Brown on the outside with Trevin Diggs. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Jordan Lewis showed me he could play the outside. He is an outside corner. That's what he's always been. They only put him in the slot because of his size. That's it. He's an outside corner, and he had a decent. I thought he had a good rookie year playing the outside.
You ain't lying.
And he just got a deal, and I think he would play very good. I'm not. Let me not say very good, but I think he would definitely. He wouldn't be trash out there. No,
He's
I don't
solid.
believe that.
Yeah, he's solid.
He would be solid out there, especially if you're giving Joseph or maybe Nashawn Wright, whoever you feel like you're going to start eventually. I feel like he's a better option than Anthony Brown, starting on the outside. Start Jordan on the outside and put Anthony Brown in the slot. Stop putting Anthony Brown on the outside and putting Jordan in the slot. No.
That's correct, bro. I mean, I still don't know what Jordan Lewis. I don't know if he winked at Jerry granddaughter or what, man. I don't. Cause like I still don't know why Anthony Brown get 20 lives. He way past 9 lives. He's on life 20. Like he's on.
And they keep on hyping him like, and it's so crazy. Was what's so funny is they were just hyping him before that catch of CeeDee Lamb catches on him, right? And I know you're gonna get catches on you. I get it. But Anthony Brown is everywhere. We always keep on counting him out, but he's out there playing solid. And then guess who gets the freaking poster on him? Anthony Brown, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he playing great, but he just got posterized.
Like
CeeDee Lamb had his hand on his face mask.
Yeah.
Catching that with ease.
Yeah.
Get out of here with this Anthony Brown crap.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
Get him out of here, man. Get him out of here.
I don't see how people don't see
Why?
it, bro. Like, how
Why? What do you keep? Get rid of him. You could save money. You could have just started Nashawn Wright and let him play. You feel me?
Yeah.
Where you falling off at? If you got cut Anthony Brown, right? You could have saved money and just throw the rookie in. You still got Reggie Robinson too.
Yeah, Reggie Robinson, and the other Robinson,
Maurice Kennedy, Rashad. You still got other corners.
Yeah.
You could have saved money and just cut him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just let these young boys roll.
And I keep hearing about Nashawn Wright.
He making plays every day, and then
I be hearing about him.
And here's the thing, boss, is Dallas. This is what kills me is if you cut Anthony Brown, right? Okay, depth. You got depth. You got corners out there. You got some depth. You cut Anthony Brown, the team would have been like, oh, damn, we lost Anthony Brown. Hell no.
Right. Right.
You should have cut him and saved that money and let them boys roll.
And see, yeah. And Brian double what he said. And this is just true. Get rid of Anthony Brown and Darian Thompson. Yeah.
Right. Why are y'all keeping them?
Yeah. I don't know, bro.
For depth purposes, that would have to be it from me. That's it.
They sons, bro. They part of the sonship.
Wow.
Yeah, they
it
part
had to
of
be
the
depth
sonship.
on that safety spot. It has to be depth.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason. I don't care if he was a second round freaking draft pick. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
He ain't playing like no second rounder.
So, do you think Nashawn Wright go take him out?
I'm going to tell you right now, I keep on hearing about him. I keep hearing about Nashawn Wright, and this is the thing I'm going to say about Wright, okay? I still, and I'm not jumping on the Wright train. Some people are like, oh, you want to say nothing about Wright? A lot of people don't say, I'm not saying nothing, and I'll be the first. Yeah, you feel me? Nobody want to say nothing about Wright. Don't say nothing about no. I'm not doing that.
Not talking about Wright.
I'm not talking about him, but if I see a player that and I feel like he's playing, I'm like, yeah. But if you be like, oh, you wasn't on him, I'm gonna say you're right, I wasn't. But guess what? I did a video, but I did a tape. Go watch the tape, and I did say good things about him. That's what I can say.
Well,
you feel me? I can say I did a tape on him against a player who I felt like this was going to be an NFL type receiver, and I saw things in that game against this NFL receiver who had a very good rookie year with the San Francisco 49ers, and I saw things that I'm like, that ain't bad.
I mean,
that's all I say.
I put it like this. They was also
Brandon Ayuk ain't no chump, is he?
No.
Yeah,
but I say this. Y'all remember Swisser was also called a camp superstar. Y'all remember that?
Who?
Switzer. You remember we got Switzer from North Carolina?
Ryan Switzer?
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
was
Ryan Switzer.
Oh. It's like, and it was another person that was a practice superstar, Xavier Woods. So
Yeah, I mean, I feel I'm not drinking the
'cause
Kool-Aid on him. Only thing I can say is this is what I like about a player, though. Regardless of, where he was drafted, I listen to him. I go back to his tape. I go back to like I said, boss, I don't just be just looking at the player. I go back to their high school days. I go with their interviews when they was middle school. I get as much as I can to see what they talk about. Right. And when I listen to him and how he was talking about, I really try to pattern my game after Richard Sherman. I really study him, and I really hear him saying study, study, study. That to me is a good thing. And he's not no super stiff guy for that height. No, he's not in my opinion. And he's wiry. And I feel like them hips can't transition. He has the length that he wants. So I'm gonna be like, hey, let's see what happens. And if he's making plays, let's see what happens. And if he can push somebody, let's see what happens, because he's a 3rd round pick, and I feel like he needs to be on the field. If he was a 3rd round pick, he gotta be playing. So if anything, to me, boss, it's a good thing that he's making these plays.
Yeah.
Because wouldn't you be mad if you draft him in the 3rd round and he ain't doing jack poo? You'd be like, see, that's why you shouldn't have drafted him in the 3rd round. Reach. So we should be excited, right? We should be like, see, that was a reach. You shouldn't have never did it. But the fact that he is making plays is maybe validating why they went in the 3rd round. So that's a good thing, right? That ain't a bad thing.
And because he's a 3rd rounder, he's going to have a chance to win a crowd. That's beautiful.
Because he's a 3rd rounder,
yeah,
so he's going to get a chance. They're going to give him every opportunity.
So we're going to know exactly what he is. We're going
to know exactly what he is, because he's going to get in the fire.
They're going to get him in the fire. So, right now, I don't care that he might be making plays on B teams and 3rd teamers. Still, you making plays. I'm cool.
Right.
So, and it's one of those things like, Big James said it perfectly. You rather see him making plays as a 3rd rounder versus sitting back like, see, who was that in the first place?
Right. But see, you shouldn't have drafted him.
But it's going to be some Cowboy fans that's going to jump out like, see, I knew.
Yep.
Okay, shit, that's fine.
I didn't know.
Because you don't make an opinion about nobody, right?
Right.
So you missed the go for every underdog. So when that 1 in 1,000 hit, you'll say, I was right. Yeah, you don't make no opinions but rosy stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
For those of us like me and Big, where we got to be honest on what we say, we gonna give you the good and bad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, let me give a shout out right quick.
Okay.
Shout out to Jay Burnett. He says, first time I listened to you guys and you got the sub. Keep up the good work. Shout out to you, Jay Burnett. We appreciate you.
Appreciate that. And then also, it's 2 channels, so make sure you sub.
Both, yes.
Yeah, both. Big Game James, you say how I say
and
follow.
Boss Cowboys.
Go follow Boss Cowboy Sports as well, because we definitely, because see, we've been teasing this all the time.
Let's get some super chats popping.
Yeah.
$1, $2, $3. We've been spending some knowledge up here. $1, $2, $3 hollers. I ain't begging, but damn.
Yeah, and see, check this out. Like, because obviously we all coming together, right? So we just trying to figure out the exact day. But you getting ready to see the law. You getting ready to see the OC. We gonna be bringing in a lot of guests. But you know it's gonna be fire when law come and the OC come. It's already fire when it's just me and Big. But how much more so when you get those two also, which is getting ready to be in the building. It's going to be a very good, big, ongoing thing. So you're going to have to subscribe to everybody. Law too.
Yep, for sure. All four, for real, because it's going to be dope. I can't wait till we finally get it popping. We kind of been doing it in the making. We had the teaser, and when I was back home in Texas, we had the little teaser. That was a great thing, and kind of built from there. So I'm excited to wait for that to happen. It came in perfect timing, right when the season happened and right when COVID is gone. So we'll be getting that full effect of Cowboys football and not the COVID effect. You feel me? Because that was a totally different effect that I did not like at all.
Oh, no. COVID, yeah. I mean, my vaccine is gonna officially be all the way kicked in by next Saturday. And I ain't gonna be wearing no more masks. I'm gonna be able to like go to training camp. I'm gonna do all of that stuff. You know, I'm sick of COVID. But anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm super happy though. We hearing good stuff about Wright. You know, because I'd rather hear that and say, damn, I was wrong. And that's gonna make me go watch more film. I'm gonna have to say, you know, like, what did I miss? Because I straight called him a reach. I ain't gonna lie. I did.
I called it a reach too because I felt like you could have got what he was doing in the later round. I still felt like you still could have got that in the later round, what he brings to the table. But guess what? They saw stuff that we didn't, and they're in the NFL, and I ain't. So hey, let's see what happens. And like I said, if people saying he's all over the field, he had an interception, he's tipping balls, he's around the ball. That's what you want, and he fits the profile. And when I hear about what Dan Quinn was talking about, how he was talking about length, he's always mentioning length because he's saying, you know, we're doing these quarters of the field, we're doing these parameters of the field, and we want to be able to make the play on the ball. And you can make the play on the ball when you have the length to do it. And I think that's why he's stressing that. And you know how it is, boss, when you're playing in those quarters or when you're playing in those zones and you have the length, you can bait those quarterbacks.
Yeah,
you can bait them like there's an opening right there, and if you have the length and you bait them and they try to throw in that window, your length can help you where you got the longer arms or you are the 6'4". That's why I think he wants to have that type of effect. And if you can have the talent with it, that's only a great thing for the Cowboys, not a bad thing.
My Cowboys family in the building. What's up, y'all? They said, "What's up, boss? Much love, bro." Yeah, good to see y'all. Fire show, man. They be having on a late night. Make sure y'all keep up with my Cowboys family. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm super happy about that, Nashawn Wright. I'm happy about that. But until you kind of inflated my balloon with the Anthony Brown, I was just getting ready to go all in on this D.
Well, you should still be happy because that front line, man, I feel like the front line, shout out to my dog, LG 254. He knows how we do. Says his defense needs attitudes, the almost 15-yard penalty attitude, the Jalen Smith, Henry Kamara setting the tone attitude, maybe Parsons. I feel you. Everything you just said, I feel. Shout out to you, dog. My guy, mad support for sure. But I think, especially, not to cut you off, boss, but especially with the Michael Parsons, I'm telling you, man, if they let that kid loose, dog, he's the key to me for some reason. I feel like Randy gonna do his thing, D-Law gonna do his thing, but from the standpoint of this is my defense, I think let him just run it and roll it and let him be nasty and just put him in all kind of positions, let him rush the passer, just put him around, just let him be great. And I feel like that defense is going to soak in. He had an interception, right? I heard about some other guys getting the interceptions. I seen them, get high-fiving. Michael Parsons get the interception on Ben DiNucci. Everybody's jumping up, high-fiving him, giving him high fives, hugging him, because number one, he's funny. I seen him in his first interview. The dude is funny. And that is huge when you got a guy that can keep it loose up in there and keep y'all, loose and happy and everything, lucky. And I got the ability to do it. Keanu Neal had high marks and said, hey, man, this kid is funny. He's a great attitude, but, man, he's a player, dog. He ain't just, a great player. He's a player, and that's what they're saying. He's a player. Listening to him, what Dan Quinn is talking about, we're not trying to overfeed him, but we're taking him in there, slowly. He's saying, hey, it's more than I used to do at Penn State, but it ain't nothing. I like him. That was a great pick.
Not a great pick. Parsons go turn up, bro.
Dog, he gonna super turn up, dog.
Yeah, he gonna turn up,
Parsons
bro.
Gonna be nasty, dog. Like Parsons gonna be nasty for us, dog. Like he gonna be nasty for us. Like Parsons gonna be nasty for us, dog. Like for real.
I'm seeing it.
He gonna be nasty. I said it like after we drafted him, and then I watched him really intently. Just watched a lot. I'm like, wow, because remember that Penn State defense was not the same when he didn't play.
Say, man, I think you started to silk.
I've been sipping some Parsons. I've been drinking all that shit. I made a big batch of that. I made two big big old jugs of that and been drinking all kind of Parsons Kool-Aid. Now I've been drinking some Parsons Kool-Aid. I ain't been drinking the defense Kool-Aid, but I've been drinking Parsons Kool-Aid. All kind. He got all kind of sugar in his Kool-Aid. I'm just drinking the Kool-Aid. All look big glasses.
Yeah,
Parsons gonna be nasty, dog.
No, he gonna be nasty. And then somebody asked his boss, "Your super chat ate up?" Not yet. I got
It's almost there. Got to get him to the K.
Y'all got to get me to 1,000.
Y'all got to get him to the K.
Yeah, and it's getting there. It's getting there. We had a good week this week. Yeah, so y'all got to hit that like and subscribe, and y'all got to share the channel.
Yeah, that's how it gets there.
Recommended more. We getting recommended more. I see it. Like, it was way more. It's causing our numbers to go up. But take that super chat, throw it in over on Big Game James, Civ and Blue Nation channel. Go there, and then you'll.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, you'll be able to throw
it all comes back.
Yeah,
it's all in the family anyway.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah. So no, and the Reaper asked about Nashawn Wright tackling. His weight is not an issue in terms.
His weight is not an issue.
Not for tackling. Not just because
He'll tackle. He'll come in there and tackle.
Cause see,
he's not scared to tackle.
Think about Kazi. Like he 174 soaking wet, but he'll get you on the ground. Tackling is more about mentality than weight.
Yeah, he definitely will tackle you. If you go watch his tape, he had a lot of tackles his first few years at Oregon State. So he's definitely a tackler. He's a guy that'll break down. He doesn't try to dive all the time. He actually he wraps up. He's a good tackler. He's not scared to stick his nose in there. Like I said, I want him to be good. Because, like I said, if he can be good, if Kelvin Joseph can be good, man, how good do we feel about our defense now? Because now we already saw a little bit of Diggs, what Diggs can do. If Diggs continues to go up what we think he can do on his second year, and those rookies can step up, man, we feeling good because we got a lot of young people, boss, especially in this secondary. It's a young secondary. So if they can really get this early and really turn up, you're feeling good because it's a young, cheap secondary too.
Right. Well, I'll say this, man. I think Diggs gonna turn up in terms of getting the ball this year. I think Diggs gonna walk out with about 7 interceptions, bro. For real.
Ooh, I'm gonna say 5 again. I said 5 last year. I'm gonna say 5 again. I'm gonna say 5.
I think he go barely top that. I think he go barely top that. 5. But I think he got a knack for the ball. I love how he attacked the ball, and I think he go really get after it this year. I think he go come away with a lot of interceptions, man. I think that's what Diggs go really show up, is that ball. And if he taking the ball away like that, it's gonna also cause the other guys too. Once you get anybody that get rolling on interceptions, they start competing.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Then you start throwing out there and you start having a contest each week. Okay, whoever gets most interceptions, we put it on the chalkboard. We put it on the board. Y'all got to have things like that for motivation for these players too. Hey, whoever get the most interceptions here, this is what's gonna happen. You feel me? Yeah. So you definitely have to do that more than anything else. So, I'm gonna say this. I will say I'm sipping Kool-Aid on Dan Quinn. I'm drinking all kind of Kool-Aid on Michael Parsons, but I am definitely slipping that Kool-Aid on Dan Quinn just because I just feel like it's different, man. It's different with him. Just listen to him talk. I just look at myself. If I was playing and he was the coach, I'd be like, I want to play for him.
I'm now sipping the Kool-Aid on Dan Quinn because I think the system is going to fit Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn has been a 4-3 defensive coach for the last 10 years. And it took me examining this whole week to go ahead and realize that 3-4 is definitely not going to be their main base defense. And so the fact that I feel 99% confident that their main base D is going to be that 4-3, I think it's going to really, really work. And see, I'm kind of getting into what I was going to talk about tomorrow on the show. But I think most of Atlanta's failure was personnel. You can have the right coach, but if that coach can't get the right people, they still go fail. Jimmy Johnson used to always say, give me Jimmys and Joes over X's and O's. So Dallas is really good at acquiring talent. And I think they got the talent in here that's going to fit his 4-3 system. I think our run defense is going to be way better. I think this is truly an apology to Rod 2.0, and they strengthen that middle with the right players, and they overloaded at the 3 tech. All of that combined is saying that your linebackers are going to play better. You got your upgrade over Xavier Woods with Kazi, even if you don't like Kazi. He's not going to drop those interceptions that Xavier Woods did. You know what I mean?
He's going to be better. He's going to give better effort too.
And he's going to give better effort.
He's going to give a lot better effort. He's going to tackle, and he's playing with somebody he loves playing. He likes playing for.
Right.
So that's a big difference. And like we say, he's going to put in that effort. Even though you mentioned it, boss, he's 175, but he's not scared to stick his nose in there and tackle.
He will.
He will definitely tackle, and that's what you want.
He gonna go back 3 yards, but he'll get you on the ground.
And what we need,
Xavier Woods, man, I ain't tripping.
All day, I'll take KZ all day over some Xavier Woods. Anybody who said what he said, that's enough for you not to hear anything. But then we saw not just what he said, he basically backed up what he said when you looked at the play on the field.
Right.
It looked like he was giving that. He would look like he was giving the half effort.
Yep.
Looked like he was. I'm gonna play when I want to play.
Right.
So yeah, get those players out of there, man. You don't want those type of players on your team because they become a cancer. When especially around young players, if they see them doing it and nobody's saying anything to them, what do you think the young players are gonna do? They're gonna do the same thing.
I think Rika moving the chains hit it dead on the head. Dead on the head. We were laying around 14 to 18. That's what I'm thinking. The only way, but I would say this though, if we got Geno Atkins, I would start saying we go get into the top 10. I would.
I'm not doing that. We got to see, boss. You can't say that.
I'm gonna tell you why.
We got to see.
14 to 18 makes sense to me, and I agree with.
Oh, you mean about ranking?
Yeah, ranking.
Okay, I could definitely see that, especially with Geno.
Yeah. Because we basically
that's not going to be too hard. It's not like the schedule's crazy hard.
Right, exactly. When you return back to Rod Marinelli, that's what you're going back to around 14 to 18.
Right, 14. He was that right. 14. That's what he was.
Yes.
He was the middle of the pack defense, where he had the one really good year, and the defense wasn't even great, but we had all them turnovers, and that's what was great about the defense that year. It was 2014. It wasn't good, but they had set like record for like turnovers and getting interceptions and getting the ball. So, this is what they want. They want to get back to that type of system where the guys can play free and don't have to think, and they can just go after and attack the football. You have the talent on here. Looks like from the outside in, you had a pretty decent draft this year, and then last year you had a pretty decent draft. You got a good nucleus that's young. You don't have old people. Who's the oldest player on the Dallas defense right now? They ain't 30, are they?
Probably Urban.
We don't got a 30. Brent Urban's probably the oldest one, and I think he's like 29. Maybe he might be 30. But maybe that's a young defense.
Yeah, we still young.
Super young.
And Marvin said, boss, it's not been scheme here. It's been a bigger problem. It's been physicality and speed. If that changes, we okay. I think it was scheme.
It's been both.
Yeah, I think it was
both.
Because I think the scheme and the way that they that's why
switched
LVE
it.
said,
right.
LVE said, and I played the interview earlier where he said we're going back where we were just hitting people and playing fast and having fun. He basically talking about his 4-3, a one gap system. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got to diagnose too much. This is my gap. This is, and I'm attacking it. You know what I mean?
Period. Get upfield.
Yeah, and everything that I said I wanted them to do, they're doing. They simplified the defense. They went back to what fit their players, which is the 4-3, and putting Tank Hand back in the ground. And they finally this is the difference, in my opinion. Rod, he was good at having good edge players. He was always dirt cheap in the middle. This time, they're not dirt cheap. How many times did we say under Rod?
Oh no, they were cheap.
But I'm saying dirt cheap. Like, how many times did we say under Rod, damn, we ain't getting no fat boy in the draft. We ain't getting no 110.
Right. That's the difference. I mean,
that's the difference.
That's the difference. And then even the free agency, who did Dallas get under Rod in free agency? You feel me? They got George Selvey, those type guys.
Right.
I would say Brent Urban is an upgrade from the guys that they got in free agency.
Yeah,
I would say Brent Urban. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely say
even
Brent
David
Urban was
Irvin. Even
and
though
I
he
think-
ended
and I
up
think-
being a beast, they got him from a practice squad.
I think Terrell Basham is going to be a player.
Turn up.
Keep an eye on,
Turn up.
Because I feel like, and you know, maybe people are like, well, is he going to make the team? He's definitely going to make the team. I feel like Rod's going to have. I mean, Rod. Let's see. Look at that. I feel like Dan Quinn is going to have a specific position, that Leo position. Just get after the quarterback. Just get after the quarterback.
Yeah, I think
like your boy said, Greg Lloyd in that NFL, rush the quarterback.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to buy Quinn, bro. It took me a long time, though. It took me a long time, but I'm starting to go to buy side. It's just, will you actually do what you're saying?
I think he is. I think he's a guy that doesn't. I just feel like I can read people. I just feel like he's not blowing smoke up people's ass. Excuse the language. I don't feel like he's just blowing smoke. I feel like he wants redemption. If you listen to one of his interviews, he said, I got a lot to prove. He said it multiple times. I got a lot to prove. And I think he wants to prove that, you know, how he ended in Atlanta, that's not him.
Right.
And he wants to prove that. I believe it. And I think he takes that personal. And I feel like the Cowboys are the opportune team to be able to say, hey, if you have any type of redemption that you want, this would be the perfect place to do it. Because guess what? We are one of the worst defenses. We're craving it. We need it. We want these fans to shut up. So get in here and make it happen. We'll let you get this player. You know, we ain't gonna spend a lot of money, but I'll let you work. I'll let you. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like they giving him keys early, and they didn't give. I don't know if they gave Nolan these keys like that. Maybe they did. I don't know. But it just seemed to me when Dan Quinn came in there, like, you can have whatever you want.
Hey, check this out, Big. I'm gonna play about 3 clips. Check this out.
Oh man, the energy's there. You can tell that the guys want to get better and get after it. I can feel that for sure. It's just, you know, putting everything together, getting the playbook down and attacking it, and that's what we're doing.
I mean, I think it speaks volumes already. I think just with everybody and how all the guys are handling it, you can tell there's a different energy. There's a different camaraderie, I think, that we're already carrying. I mean, our whole defense is we're totally restructured as far as a lot of new players, new faces, and so I think we've already built that foundation of
good to see some of the guys that we have question marks around actually in action, seeing these guys, you know, move, basically work on one-on-one with Quinn. You just realize that this defense, man, there's a new infusion of energy with this group that obviously you need to have that.
Damn. What's the?
Huh?
Everybody not lying, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hey, let me give a shout out. We got a donation from Hassan has Austin, $24.99. Holla. Shout out to them. Hey ho! Shout out to you, Hassan Austin, for the $24.99. Holla. And keep on giving these likes up so we can get boss up on this thing, so he can get on these donation trains, man.
JD said,
but you right. Ain't nobody ain't lying. Everybody ain't lying.
Everybody
boss.
ain't lying, bro.
And they ain't all lying. And listen to how they're saying it, boss.
They all saying it, bro.
Listen how they're saying it, though.
Yes.
It's not like they're saying, yeah, I mean, you know, it's different around here. I mean,
right.
No, I heard
for
passion.
Sure.
I heard, yo, this is different. We love this. This is what we've been wanting. Been wanting to get back to this.
Yes,
I hear it in their voice, like,
yes,
the camaraderie.
Bro.
Remember, I was telling you, Dan Quinn, he's about family. He's about bonding. He's about the locker room. Like, he's about that. And The Cowboys need that type of coach to be on their ass, but show them love too. You feel me? You can't be no distant ass coach with the Cowboys.
And you see why I start kind of drinking that Kool-Aid, bro? A little bit, walking into the show. You know what I'm saying? Like when I walked in the show and then preparing the show with you, and you listening to all these clips and you start seeing the pattern, like, bro, everybody's saying the exact same thing. Whether you're on the field, coaching, journalists, everybody's saying that energy look different. It looks different. And like Big said, they saying it all enthusiastically, bro. They not saying
passion.
It like they not saying like yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I see a difference.
Neil
No, they're
said
saying like
for sure.
Right.
LVE said we're going to be better for sure. That's what he said.
Right.
Dog, that's why I came in here sipping. I'm literally on the juice. I'm like, bruh, give me some. Give me some.
Yeah, you're on the juice.
No, I am, and I don't apologize because I'm seeing what they doing and I'm liking it, bro. And it's not just the rah-rah. It's the schemes with the rah-rah. It's the competition that's clearly here. When you put the competition in the building and you got everybody fighting for their job, that's why the energy different. One thing,
and not just that. I'm not to cut you off. I apologize.
You good.
But not just that. I was just listening to Dan Quinn how he was saying like LVE, Jalen Smith, the Keanu Neals have taken Michael Parsons, have taken Jabril Cox.
Yes.
Even though that these guys are competing with them and for their possible jobs, they're not saying, "Oh, I ain't helping you because you might take my spot." No, they're like, "Hey, let me show you this to get better. Let me show you what we do over here." It's a lot of the veterans that are really helping the rookies. And I feel like the coach has bridged the gap with that to just, he may not say it, but just his infectious he said it, but I'm saying sometimes you don't have to say it, but just your infectious attitude and they see you hands-on and helping, then it makes the other person say, I want to help too. You feel me?
Right. Yeah. And you can see that, man. I'm eating lamb.
It's all good. You sound good. What the hell you
good.
chewing on?
But listen.
I'm about to finish up this chicken here in a second with these nachos.
Say, listen though. I'm sorry for that. I ain't mean to take that bite on that like that. But listen. No, man. That's
as long as you ain't
the
drinking no
interview.
drink, because you be drinking like you ain't drinking 2 days.
I know. Now check this. This the thing about that interview that you caught that I didn't put in there, but I wish I did because you talking about it now. What you just talked about. He called LVE and Jalen selfless. He said they are going out their way to help the young guys in a way that I haven't seen. That's not the nature of competition either, being all the way honest.
Nope.
Especially when you
you know somebody's gonna take in your job.
And LV said, we already got the foundation built in terms of a brotherhood. It's already, the foundation is already here. We're a brotherhood. We embracing this competition in linebacker. That linebacker room a monster, bro. Like, ooh, like, you pretty much got almost, I think you got 4 first rounders. If you want to call Jalen the first rounder, you technically can, because he had a top 5 grade.
He would have been a first. Yeah, he would have been a first.
He had a top 5 grade. So you got Jalen first rounder, you got LV first rounder, you got Parsons first rounder, and you got Neil. That room stacked. Then you got Cox, who you can say is a sleeper.
And you still got guys that you don't know who still have talent. Luke Gifford has talent. He just been hurt.
Yes.
It ain't like Luke Gifford don't have talent, because we was like him a couple years ago, and it ain't like he little. He's 6'3", 245 too.
Yes. And see, Troy said something. I'm going to take this comment real quick because I was thinking like you. I'm off of this now. He said, if Quinn turns us into a 3-4, we're doomed. He not, bro.
No, it's not. The personnel doesn't fit it.
It doesn't. And then they basically done show. Mike Fisher basically uncovered it. He came out and said, I don't care what nobody say. People saying 3-4-4-3, 3-4, all this. He said, I was at practice. I counted the down linemen. They was coming out there with 4 down linemen all day. And this is an install. This is why I ain't tripping on 3-4 rumors no more. I ain't tripping on it. This gonna be my last time talking about it. Sunday. I'm gonna talk about it only one more time. I ain't talking about it no more. It's because they already showing when you install, that's when you doing the basics, the foundational stuff. So if they would have been doing a bunch of switcheroo stuff, they would have showed it this week. The fact that they coming out with 4 down linemen consistently, meaning that's gonna be their major base. So I'm not panicking no more. Troy, I was right with you on that, bro. I was like, because they kept saying it, but yeah, that's a smoke screen. So,
hey,
and with us having that 4-3, we finna, cause put it like this, I still got the video up right here. I got the video up. 100% of Tank's sacks in his best years came with his hand in the ground.
Well, yeah.
Because of that 4-3.
He's a 4-3 in.
Yeah.
He could probably play a 3-4 because he can hold that run down though.
Right.
Because he can definitely do that. But hey, let me give another shout out to my guy Hassan Austin with another $24.99. Holly says, keep up the good work, bro. Been watching both of you guys for a minute. DC4L. Shout out to you, dog. Hey ho!
Appreciate
my
you,
dog. Mr. Austin with the $24.99 holla. 2 back-to-back, smack your face, jab the face, all that good stuff. Shout out to you, big dog. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for rocking with us, and keep on doing it all through the year because it's going to get only better. You seen that picture I posted on that page, didn't you? You seen that dope-ass picture I posted with Jalen, and Boss was right there like he was talking to Jalen. Feel me? Had the OC, had all kind of nations down there. That's what Boss do, man. You better get ready for this.
Yeah,
get ready for this.
Boy. It's gonna be a good year, man. We just getting started. Listen, we just trust me. This last word thing, bro. This finna be the shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, y'all just wait. we in the slow period, and it ain't gonna be
baby
slow.
Stages.
Yeah,
we're in baby stages.
This a slow period. It's not gonna be slow. I promise you that. Like, we got a lot of football to cover. A lot. Good football too. Not boring stuff. Great stuff. But anyway.
Hey, Marvin Price makes a good comment.
Yeah, I want to read it. He said, "Boss, the best comment was find what players do well, and have them do it over and over and over again, and you have enough LBs for that to work."
That's a great comment.
Great.
And that's the truth, what he's saying, because like he said, and remember, because what he was saying, he was like, and when he was prefacing that, you like that word? Is that, I hope I said it right with how I said it, but prefacing that, because he was like, finding what those guys do good. And that's when he brought up Bohanna. Maybe I need him to plug right here. You got to do this good. Bradley and Nye. He brought up Bradley and Nye. Bradley, I think he wants to be. What he wants to have Bradley and Nye is probably what he wants to have Terrell Basham is that Leo position. Just rush the damn passer. Yeah. Just third down, just go.
Yes.
And when I tell you to go, be great at that. This is what you need to be great at. This is what you gonna do this year. You rushing this passer. You be great at this.
And see, Big, what I felt so great about is everybody that me and you talked about as ideal 3 techs, he said it too. Because go listen to last week's show, we said Gallimore can play the 1, but he's an ideal 3. Now, me and Big was basically saying we was content if they put him at the 1. Like, yeah, make that work. He if he put on enough weight, he probably can handle that. We was both cool with that. No, go listen to Quinn interview. Quinn was like, nah.
Talking about Osa?
No, he talked about Gallimore playing 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gallimore's going to be a 3. Yeah. Osa's going to play the 3 because I thought Osa was going to play more of the 1. But he was like, Osa playing that 3.
3. And everybody that we identified as the ideal 3s, Quinn see it the same. That means he's moving in common sense, bro. He not trying to force. He not trying to force chest. Yeah, Osa, bro. That
was a good pick.
Man, our 3 tech position is loaded. we
that
loaded.
Was a good pick. And I like Gallimore too. I think Gallimore.
Yeah,
I'm excited about Gallimore. Yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna have a lot of ammunition coming at you.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna have a lot of ammunition coming at you. And then when you can plug the big boy in that Dallas hasn't had in forever, when you can just plug him in and spot duty, maybe you can plug him in for matchups. Because remember, if you listen, Dan Quinn talks about it too. That's where you got to look at that when we're talking about the game day squads. You know, when we look at defenses, you know how every week you play this. I feel like we're going to see Dan Quinn really looking at that matchup and say, guess what, Bohanna, you playing this game.
Yeah.
We're going to need big boy this game. So you're playing middle. It's going to really be looking at the matchups, and I think those guys that we saw that couldn't get that tick last year going to get that tick this year according to matchups, because I think they're going to not sit there and say, this is what we are and that's what it is and this is what we're going to do. I think they're going to say, okay, that was working in the first quarter, but let's switch up a little second. I feel like they're going to be the more versatile type, and I think that's maybe excites me as well, is that they're going to be ever changing. You feel me? Don't just say we're playing this defense all 4 quarters and that's it. Be ever changing. See how the matchups go. See what's working and change it. You can change it in game.
Right. And see, Troy said, can we get Geno to play one tech? We talked about that earlier.
Hell yes.
I said, bro, that would put us over the top.
Let him play that one tech.
Just think about it. We got 3 super ideal threes right now. Maybe 4, but definitely 3. Tristan Hill, super 3 tech. He need to play a little bit better, but going into year 3, he should.
Yeah, because Fire's on his ass.
Yeah, Fire's on him, so he go feel it. He training his ass off. Trust me.
Yeah,
Gallimore ran a 4.7, bro.
Hey, now I want to say something before you finish that, boss, right quick. Have you noticed, or is it just me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the strength conditioning coach is, but does everybody on that damn team look trim?
Everybody look good, bro.
Do they look good? Tyron Smith, Leo Collins, Zach Martin, Dak Prescott, Michael Gallup, Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott. All these dudes look in shape, like trim, like
Dak ain't never look like that. Go look at
Dak looks slim.
Yeah, look at Dak this year and look at Dak as a rookie. You could be like, you fat boy.
Right, he looked fat as hell.
As a rookie.
As a rookie.
Now. Like
yes,
Dak,
he's trim.
Yeah.
But the whole team is, did you see Gallup?
Yeah.
Gallup is super trim, look like Slim Fit.
Yeah. LVE look good too, man.
Dog, like, they are working.
They look the right way. Yeah.
And guess what else?
That boy breaking that shirt, man.
Guess what else though?
What's that?
100% attendance, OTAs.
Yeah.
And that goes a long way. Some of the best teams, man, people that, and see, this is the truth, boss. When we see those teams that are great, it's because of that participation right there.
Yeah.
Because when you hear those other players, and there's nothing wrong with this, but this is the difference. When you hear them other players like, oh, we don't have to go. This is voluntary. I train over here. But guess what? We know you can train over there, but makes a difference when you training with the team. When them young players come in the building and they see Ezekiel Elliott there training, when they see Dak Prescott there early training, when they see those main guys who could be training somewhere else in the facility, it makes them do it. And when you have 100% attendance or pretty much everybody there, that's saying people are buying into the program.
Right.
And when you have your players buying into the program and saying we're all out in this, and then you have the coaching that's matching it, good things can happen.
And another thing real quick, boy, you go trip out because I'm going to do a major turn on this topic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving the reports on Zeke.
Oh, I'm loving the reports on Zeke.
Loving it.
Hey, man.
Go ahead.
Listen,
go ahead. You first, because I started it. You could take
you
it.
Did.
Go ahead.
I posted that first 30-second video where he was training. That joker is up to 210,000 views.
What?
A 30-second video of Ezekiel Elliott. I just posted it with his trainer where he was going through the trash cans. That joker is up to 210K.
Jesus.
In a month.
Oh my God.
And I posted 3 other Ezekiel Elliott videos. Ain't none of them did no less than 20K. So that should tell you right there the power Ezekiel Elliott still has, the star power Ezekiel Elliott still has.
Yes,
you feel
it
me?
does.
No matter people can hate on him, but
30-second videos.
30-second video, 210K.
Oh my God.
So
to the podcast world, my boy did his thing. That's all I gotta say.
So you know what I'm saying? So but I posted it I posted it because I was excited. That's why I posted it.
Yeah, you wasn't trying to.
I wasn't trying.
Brain.
I was
Just
excited.
like,
I was
happy.
saying because because it's like
a normal
I hadn't
post.
seen Zeke. Yeah, because like I hadn't seen Zeke. I seen him train last year, but it was just like some little exercises here and there. He wasn't in the lab last year like he was this year, and everybody's saying they noticed the difference. They asked Kellen Moore. They said, "Well, Zeke Elliott." He said, "Oh." That's the first thing he said. He said, "How's it?" Oh, that's the first thing he said, boss. Oh, Zeke is. He said Zeke was looking everything. Zeke good. That's what he said. Zeke good.
Man, I'm telling y'all.
Why wouldn't you be excited about that?
Seeing
I mean,
the stars
want that.
align, bro. Dallas
Offense is gonna be
wrecking, bro.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the offense is gonna be sick.
Let me give you my thoughts on Zeke though, because
go ahead, give all of the goodness.
I gotta give my. Cause see, for years I've been saying I wanted Zeke to work with an agility coach. For years. The main reason is because agility running backs have longer careers. You know what I mean? His first 3 years of his running style was too physical. I was like, man, get you some skills to where you go around bars, not through bars. Like Emmett. Emmett wasn't never known for running bars over. Never.
He was never getting hit either.
He was never getting hit because he used his agility. That's what he used. And to see Zeke put that in his game. A Zeke that's concentrating on making you miss. I don't want to see at this stage of his career the Zeke that was willing to take on Chancellor.
Yeah, I feel you. That's totally correct.
I don't want to see that no more. Thank you for doing it, but now
early. Thank you for proving it. Your rookie year. We loved it when you was 20, 21.
Yes.
We loved it then. Now you 24, 25. We don't love it now.
No.
Now you gotta preserve your career. Don't take them hits.
Right. Now we saying we want to get 3 more years out of you, Zeke. That's what we saying.
Preserve that career. So that's how you're gonna do it.
That's
so
how you gonna do it.
You ain't gotta prove it. We all know what Ezekiel Elliott does. We've heard it on. All I had to hear was Landon Collins when he was like, I ain't scared. I ain't scared. But guess what? I don't like meeting Zeke in the hole. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are guys saying, I don't like meeting Zeke. When you tackle Zeke, you getting hurt. He gonna run you over.
Yeah.
And we seen what he did to DeMonte Casey.
Yes, he'll kill you.
He broke him all up.
Broke him up, bro.
That's what he will do to you. Yeah, he broke that all up. But like you said, the good thing is now Zeke is getting smart and saying, I don't need to do that anymore. I need to get my agility back. I lost my speed. I looked a step slow. I look sluggish out there. I'm not standing for that. So that's what you should love about Ezekiel Elliott, because he's a very competitive kid. He's super competitive, and he ain't trying to go out like that. And plus, this is year 3 for Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard trying to turn up too. He had a nice 100-yard game where he was turning up against them Niners doing his thing. So Tony Pollard wants some actually trying to get some receiver snaps too. They trying to find ways to give him the ball. I think this offense is going to be nutty, crazy, absolutely dynamic. That's going to go crazy. And he ain't got to throw 400 or 500 yards. He's just going to be efficient.
Yeah. I mean, give me 280 a game. 250 to
with
280.
That. You can throw a 451 game here and there. I'm cool with that. But give me them 300s.
Yeah, if the only way I want 400 is we playing the Redskins. A team that's built to stop the run. Okay, air it out. You know what I mean? But other than that, I want a balanced attack. And I want an adaptable offense.
For sure.
Yeah, man. But shoot, man, I'm already tearing up this lamb, bro.
I'm about to turn up on this chicken. I'm just waiting for you to call it.
Okay, yeah, man. We finna shut the show down.
I thought you was shutting it down. I was just falling off you. We could keep going.
Oh, we could, but no, man. I really want to really dig in. I'm not digging into this lab like I really want to.
I know. I feel it.
Yeah, bro. But
I
hey,
feel it.
Y'all stay on the lookout for the whole Final Word family to come together, because we come together like we not lying about this. I know we've been saying it, but we got the
I already posted a damn thumbnail. They ain't got no choice but to believe it.
Oh, you did? Yeah. So it's what
I said the future isn't coming. So I posted a thumbnail, so they ain't got no choice but to believe.
Yeah. It is what it is. So, and I can't wait, man. Like me and you been rocking Saturdays for a minute. I can't wait to Law and the OC also in the building. I love
that's gonna be fun.
I love that Cowboy knowledge and energy. Like, you know,
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, because I respect how you boys sword, and I know when we come together, even when we differ and we don't agree, it's gonna be
That's
good.
the best thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be good because we go all have good reasons why. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay with us. Y'all gonna see a whole lot more of the Final Word. And we gonna keep bringing y'all this funk and this sauce, man. All right.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that was in the building today. Shout out to everybody who was supporting the donation. Shout out to Mr. Austin for them donations. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the subscribers. Once again, like I was saying before, Boss said he said had a good week. I've been checking on his page, watching his subs go up because we need to get him to that 1K. Y'all need to get him. Well, obviously, we want to get him higher than that. But we need to get my dog paid, man. Get him on this 1K so we can start getting them super chats on Boss, because you know Boss be bringing in that bread. So go over there. If you haven't subscribed right now, do yourself a favor and go hit that subscription button. It don't cost no daggone money. It's so free. It ain't no charge on it. And why wouldn't you do it? My guy is a beast. My guy is just super cool. Comes with great Cowboys knowledge. Always have a great time with them. Flows like no other. You see what he's been doing with the graphics. He helped put this thing together with this 4-man team, with the idea and the thought pattern and everything that's going on. You got to go over there and support this man, because this man puts in a lot of work. And he got jobs outside this and kids, man. This man does what this man goes hard in the paint. Y'all don't know how much work. Even when I was going and he did that draft, I mean, they put in a lot of work over there, man. So please go over there and hit that sub button right now. I better see at least 20, 30 subs in the next 30 minutes, because it can't happen. Get on over there and sub right now.
Man, I sure appreciate everything you just said. And the last
it's
word
real talk,
I would
dog.
say,
that's real talk.
The last word for me is I do believe in this defense. I do believe that they're going to come out in the 4-3. I do believe that this is getting ready to be between a top 10 defense and a 15, 16 defense. The days of us being in the 30s are over.
Yeah,
the only way we would go
too.
back to that would be massive injuries, and that can
you
happen.
can't. Yeah, it can't get worse the way it was last year. It can't. It gotta go. It gotta get better, and it's gotta get better.
Yeah, it's gotta be. So, I've heard enough. I went through the OTAs. I know that I'm certain they're smoke screening on the 3-4. I love what Quinn is saying in terms of taking guys and putting them where they're going to play best. I believe him. I do. The fact that he's been coaching this 4-3 for the last 10 years. The fact that we invested into some big guys this time with Urban and Biana versus those cheap seat guys that we used to get with Rod, but we made that work. So I feel good about it, man. And I just feel like with a mid-level defense, don't let us get a lot of turnovers, man. We're going to win 13 games, bro.
That's going to be the key, the turnovers.
The turnovers. Yeah, if we get a lot of turnovers, we going to win 13 games. But if we just a bend don't break, we'll win 11. You know what I'm saying?
But, hey, as I said, at the end of the day, you can have a team run up and down the field all you want, but it's about, are they scoring points? You can have a team roll up 500 yards on you, but only score 6 points.
Yeah.
You beat them. So don't nobody care. You drop. Okay, yeah, you drop 500, but did they score?
Right. Yeah.
Red zone defense is going to be huge. So
super huge. I think
red zone defense is going to be huge. We're about to see. I'm excited to see.
About it. Like,
I'm ready for camp.
Yeah,
for real.
I think camp gonna be a fool. So y'all
Camp
stay
gonna
with
be
us,
a
man.
fool.
We got a lot of good shows coming. Like, we just
Make
trust
sure
me.
you all get to camp because we're gonna figure out a way, boss, to figure out a way that when we're at camp, in
do
Cali,
live shows?
yes, because
Oh,
me
we
and
got
me
that.
and Law gonna be there, so we gotta figure out because we were doing
I talked
live,
to Law
so
about
we
that. We gonna do live
so
shows. We gonna have.
Okay.
We ain't gonna tell the whole world what we gonna do, because people
Okay.
copy what we do.
you know that.
But it's we already, Law talked about the equipment. I got the equipment, everything we need to be first class like we are now, but out there is already in the works. You know what I mean?
All right, cool.
So we go get that popping, and a whole lot more stuff popping. But we ain't telling y'all no more. The rest you
Right.
gotta like and subscribe to know what's going on over here. So make sure you following everybody. Law, Big Game James, Boss Cowboy Sports.
Yeah, get them. Keep on getting them subs off mine, man,
Get
too,
it
because
up.
they've been going nutty. I want to just give a shout out. My bad, boss.
You good?
I just want to give a shout out to all the people that have been subbing. I think, I think we got like almost 1,000 subs in a month. So that's just really dope, man.
That's
I
dope,
really,
boy.
really appreciate the support, man. I will say I've been putting a lot of work on the
Yes,
videos
you have.
and the shows. I just really
Yeah.
been putting a lot of work on behind the scenes.
Yes,
With the videos, a lot of time but I really appreciate, man. Forever grateful for that because people don't have to do it, but let's not stop there. You feel me? We're going hard. Let's go even harder, especially with the season grade come up. Let's take it to the top and let's do it with all our channels, man. Let's take it to the top. You feel me? We can't go to the bottom. We got to go to the top.
All the way to the top.
All the way to the top.
I'm hitting that button now. Don't leave, James.
All right.
All right.
Peace.